Hello guys, I'm Victor, and today we're going to be talking about something that's super important to me, and I feel like it's when I prioritize this that my entire outlook towards life changed completely. Right after this intro. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together because today we're going to be talking about, drumroll please, goals. We're going to be talking about goals. Before we start talking about goals, let me just give you a quick background story. Whoa. Hold it right there. What's good, guys? This is me, Victor, from the present. I just want to apologize on behalf of Victor from the past because at this exact moment, I went completely off track and I never came back. Did you hear that rhyme? I went off track and I never came back. No, I'm doing it again. But this video has now just been taken over by the new and improved Victor Teachbaya. So, why should you set goals? No matter what you do, from sport to school to business, setting goals gives you a long-term vision as well as a short-term motivation. By setting clear and specific goals, you get more focused and your mind begins to absorb the information that allows you to attain those goals better. You see, another tip on the side is that you can also write a personal mission statement to help you stay focused whenever you feel like you're drifting off track, So just write a personal mission statement on the side, just saying what you want to achieve with your life. And then whenever you feel like you're off track, just keep reading that thing out and it might help. When you set goals, 1, your mind prioritizes information that helps you attain those goals better. 2, you become able to measure how far you've gotten in your journey and you reward yourself for all the progress that you make. 3, before setting clear and specific goals, all that hard work and those sleepless nights might have just felt like an endless grind. But now you see the progress that you're making and you can feel that you're getting closer to the bigger picture. We learned about all this stuff in high school, but I know you guys weren't listening, so let me just educate you for a minute. How do you set goals? First, you must create a bigger picture of what you want to do with your life. Maybe in the next 10 years, 15 years, when you're older, what salary you want, what career you want, where you want to be by when, all those kind of things. Then break that picture down into medium-sized goals that you want to achieve maybe in a year or in a few months or something. Just medium-term goals that are more achievable and more measurable. Then after breaking down into medium-term goals, break those medium-term goals down into even smaller goals, very short-term, something like a week or a day or a timetable, a schedule, a to-do list. Then we can let the games begin. Let's talk about those short-term goals. Short-term goals and medium-term goals come in the form of a to-do list of things that you want to do or you need to do in order to achieve that bigger picture. Do the things you don't feel like doing. In the beginning, there might be something small like reading a book or going to the gym for the first time or going to church, just depending on what kind of goals you want to achieve and what your bigger picture is. So they can be anything, but it should start off small, something that's very easy to achieve, so you can at least start feeling the momentum of working towards your goals and also get a little boost of confidence once you realize that this stuff isn't actually that far away. Then finally, you need to review all your goals and make sure that these goals are SMART. It's starting to ring a bell now, isn't it? Yeah, so SMART as in S-M-A-R-T. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bounded. When I say you need to set specific goals, I mean that when you say what your bigger picture is, it must be a defined bigger picture saying that I want to achieve this by that. I want to travel around the world by 2027. I want to be earning 6 figures a month by the time I'm 23. Then these goals need to be measurable. That's where the little time thing that comes at the end of all the goals comes, where you need to be able to see what you just did. These goals need to be measurable in a way where once achieved, you can see that I've achieved my goals. Not something that's very difficult to measure like I want to be healthy. That's not a measurable goal because you don't know what the definition of healthy is. But if you say that I want to weigh this much and have this heart rate, then these goals are measurable because as you work towards it, you can measure whether you're there or not. These goals need to be attainable and action oriented. You see? So what I mean by attainable and action oriented, I mean that you need to do something to be able to achieve these goals. So they need to be action oriented, where you have to work towards getting your goals. These goals also need to be relevant and rewarding. It has to be something that you will be satisfied in achieving, not something that you don't actually want to do. Don't set goals that other people set for you. Set goals that you set for yourself, because they need to be relevant and rewarding to you as a person, because that will make them easier to work towards. And lastly, these goals need to be time-bounded and trackable. What I mean by time-bounded and trackable, I mean that with the short-term goals, there needs to be specific finish lines, specific dates that you need to achieve those goals. The schedules, everything needs to have a specific deadline. That way, you will keep the progress going, because if you don't do that, you might end up taking too long to do certain tasks, and you'll never achieve your goals like that, guys. You'll never achieve your goals like that. And that is the end of my quick session about goals. Thank you guys for listening, and now you can carry on listening to me ramble on about a few things that might have had an impact in my life. You see, when I was younger, I was never really interested in many things, you know? Like, I never really cared about much. And at the same time, the things I was interested in, I never really worked hard to achieve or to improve or accomplish. I never really worked hard to improve or accomplish. But the crazy thing is that I was always surrounded by people who saw more potential in me than I was even thinking about. I don't even know what the word is, that I can't even say dreamed of, because it's like I thought I wasn't good enough. But I was surrounded by people who saw more potential in me than I was even concerned about. I wasn't even worried about those kind of things. But then there was people around me who were always working for me to do better in certain aspects of my life that I didn't really care about, you see. I remember in grade 5, the first full year I had in school in Durban, I mean, I was so talkative. When I say talkative, I mean I was so talkative. Me and my teacher were always going at each other. But the crazy thing is that she always worked so hard for me to do my best. And for that, I'll always be grateful, because I think that in itself was a turning point in my life. Because after that, I don't think I was ever in a class that wasn't a top class. Except for Afrikaans. We don't talk about Afrikaans because, yeah, I know. But yeah, the way that she treated me was a way where I just didn't want to disappoint her. So even though I was talkative in class and things like that, I always felt like I had to live up to a certain expectation, and I made sure that that happened. And from that, I don't think I ever dropped from the bars that she set for me. You see, so in grade 5, I underwent a subconscious shift from believing that I couldn't do much to believing that I could do more. But in grade 7 is when I took a conscious decision to always do my best, when a teacher of mine, Mr. C, sat me down, because again, a backstory of this backstory is that I was always drawing little pictures in my books. I wasn't focusing in class. Again, I was always talking. I think I was always talking all the way till now. Actually, I still talk. But yeah. So he sat me down and told me personally that, yo, I see a lot of potential in you. The only thing that's holding me back is the fact that I'm not taking responsibility for anything. I don't take responsibility in my work. I don't take responsibility for anything. And that's stopping me from achieving my best. So he gave me a stick, and he told me to take care of that stick and bring it back to him when I'm older, just to show that I've learned to take care of things. Since then, I moved a lot, so I lost the stick, but then I kept the message. But yeah, so now Mr. C told me that he sees a lot of potential in me, and told me that I should just work hard to focus and keep at what I want to do so I can really achieve my full potential. And I never forgot that message. And from there, grade 8, grade 9, I was in the A class, but never really much of an achiever until the very end of grade 9, where out of nowhere, I still don't know how this happened. It was third term, it was probably too easy, but I made the top 5 in the grade. You see, grade 8 didn't even make top 20, but in grade 9, I made the top 5 in the grade. And then when that happened, I was like, wait a minute. What makes the people around me any different to me? You see, what makes the people achieving certain things any better than me in any way? So I just carried on working, and then what happened there was a mental shift towards me just working aimlessly to me having goals. See, at some point in my life, I was trying to stay hard and stay focused in every single thing that I did, but then I kept getting tired because I didn't know why I was doing it. So something I'm trying to tell you guys is that you have to figure out why you're doing certain things. And then once you know why, you won't lose momentum, you won't lose energy. See, in grade 9, I figured out why. My main goal was to have influence over people in the world so that we could try guide everybody in a direction that unifies people and encourages community. You see? So I felt like for me to achieve that, I needed to have a certain amount of freedom so that when I do know what the plan is, all the cards are on the table for me to play. So what I decided was that in matric, I wanted to do well. so that after matric I could do absolutely anything I wanted to do, feeling that the whole idea of having freedom. Yeah, I know the Forex guys are probably thinking, if you want some financial freedom, you gotta do Forex, or yeah, but like, I just wanted to have freedom to be able to choose anything I wanted to do so that I could get that impact within the world that I want to have, you see? So what I'm trying to say is that, guys, you have to find out why you want to do what you want to do. And then once you find out why, you'll never get tired of it. You'll never give up. You'll keep on moving forward no matter what happens. Whenever you fail in something, you'll always learn from it because you believe, because you know exactly why you want to do it.